I did not plan this, but man, do I like how it turned out. What you're looking at is both my kids, my older son in the background and my younger son in the foreground, and they are running through a narrow passageway between two buildings downtown. And our downtown, if you've never visited Stillwater, Oklahoma, it's not exactly like this booming commercial center. I mean, there's a lot of businesses, but it's a small town, and so downtown is a lot of low brick buildings, just like this here. This is, I think, the post, or the old post office on the left, which is now an art museum, and then something on the right. I'm not sure what. But we had gone down on a Saturday morning to, I think, take my bike in for service. The back wheel was kind of messed up. And there was a ice skating rink. Believe it or not, on a day like today, like what you're seeing here, there was ice skating downtown. Every now and then, well, I should say, a couple times since we've lived in Stillwater, Oklahoma, we have had an ice skating rink set up in the middle of downtown, and it's basically a freezer. It's a giant freezer that they fill with water, and it's an ice skating rink. It's real ice, and no matter the temperature, that ice stays cold enough to skate on. So we took my bike in. My wife wanted to look at some gloves, I think, and I had my camera with me since I figured I might run into a photo opportunity. And the boys and I went to check out the ice skating rink. We didn't actually go skating this day. We went skating another day, but we wanted to see what the fuss was all about. So we're walking down there, and my kids see this gap. It's like a 3-foot wide gap between the buildings. They said, "Daddy, can we go down there?" And my first reaction was, "No, it's not safe, blah, blah, blah." And I thought, well, come on, it's 10 a.m. on a Saturday morning. How unsafe could it possibly be? And what's the worst that could really happen when it's perfectly well lit, as you can see? So I said, sure, go ahead. And they thought it was so cool just to run through these buildings. And as they were running, I quick grabbed my camera and fired off a couple shots. And this particular one, I thought it captured things so well, because you got this sense of motion that they're running. Even the one in the background, he's got his arms out, so they're running and there's things happening. And I like that the scene itself has these leaves which hadn't really been disturbed yet. After they ran through, these leaves were kind of dispersed and all that. But it was kind of a cool way to capture this scene. There's a lot of energy and excitement in this scene just from them running through these buildings. And I also like the lines on the side. You got those the bricks on the left, and then the cinder blocks on the right, and they kind of converge on the horizon. And it's a cool picture. I hope you don't mind me saying that. I like this. I like the way it turned out, and it wasn't planned at all. But I'm happy with the result because it's not something I normally do. Now, if you click on the full size version, if you click the picture, it'll take you to Flickr, where you can see the full size version. You'll see on the left side of my younger son's arm, there's like this whitish halo. It almost looks like it's been photoshopped or altered in Photoshop, and I promise you that's not the case. I don't know what happened there. I think it was some motion blur, since this was like 160th of a second probably, and motion blur mixed with the lighting. I don't know, but I promise you that nothing has been photoshopped here. The colors have been edited in Lightroom. I think I added a little bit of vignette, maybe changed the white balance in the raw file. But if you see that and you think, oh, this is just fake, he photoshopped it. No, I promise you, it's just how it turned out. And sometimes that happens. So anyway, I thought this is a cool way to capture an image of my kids that I don't normally put here on the blog, and hope you enjoy it.